Welcome to episode 9 of the Rust programming language series. In this episode, we're going to create an application that generates a random number and loops until the user figures out what number it is. So start by opening the code from episode 8, and we're going to start off by changing the comment. So this application will generate a random number and loop until the user figures it out. Alright, and then we're going to open our cargo.toml file, and in here we're going to add a new dependency, and the dependency is going to be the rand library. So we're going to use rand version 0.4.2, and that's the latest version at this current time. And then we can close the cargo.toml file, and here we want to tell Rust that we're going to use the dependency in this file. So you need to enter extern create rand, and then we also want to tell Rust that we want to use it. So use rand random number generator. Alright, so now we're gonna generate a random number. So let secret number equals rand, then thread RNG, and then dot generate in the range between 1 and 101 to generate a number in the range between 1 and 101. And then we can print it out to make sure it works. So print line, the secret number is, and curly braces, and then secret number. Alright, so save that and compile, and now you can see that cargo is getting the rand library for us. Alright, so the secret number is 58, so you can just enter whatever you want, and the program should finish. So we want to change this print line here to better represent what we want now. So this should be guess the number. Save that, and then we are going to tell our user to print a new print line. We're going to tell the user, please input your guess, semicolon, and then we read this in, and now instead of just printing out what they said, we can print out you guessed and space. Alright, so save and recompile, and as you can see, it still works perfectly fine. So please input our guess. My guess is 10, and I guess 10. Alright, so now we're going to create a loop because we want this program to loop until the user, as you can see here, until the user figures out the number. So what do we want to loop? Well, we essentially want to loop everything down from here. So we're going to create an infinity loop, or an infinite loop, and then we can just copy this code and paste it into here and indent it. So save that, and then we also want to convert this guess here to a integer instead of having it as a string. So to do that, we're going to just change it a little bit. So to print, it's going to be a u32, and it's going to be equal to print dot trim dot parse. And we also, in case of the fact that there aren't any, this won't be a number, we need to expect it to expect, and then we're going to tell the user, please type a number semicolon. So save that and then recompile. And now if I enter a number, it's just gonna go on forever. So we want to do something more. We want to enter here an if else condition. So if our guess is larger than the secret number, actually it's going to be to print, sorry about that. If that's larger, what do we want to do then? Well, we want to tell the user print line too big, semicolon, else if to print is smaller than secret number, we want to print out print line too small. And if else if our guess is equal to our secret number, then we want to print out you win. But also, this is very important, we want to break out of the loop. Alright, so save that and then recompile. And now, as you can see, the secret number is 53. So if we enter 50, it's gonna say too small. And if we enter 52, it's still gonna be too small. And 55, that's too big. But 53, that's perfect. All right, so I want to clean this up a little bit. So this please input your guess. We're gonna put this above the loop because we don't need to tell the user that each and every time. And then I'm also going to change this to print to, it's going to be called guess instead, because that just makes more sense. It makes the code more readable. So we need to change here and also here. Alright, so it's also a good idea to recompile and make sure your code still works. So 10, 30, 20. Alright, works good. So the only thing we really gotta do now is remove the secret number is. So remove that and then save. And now recompile. And guess the number. Please input your guess. My guess is 40. That's too big. Well, 20, still too big. 10. And number was 10. That concludes this episode. Good luck and happy coding.